You get out of the shower. You step on the mat. You look around. Then you shake violently from side to side to remove the water from your body. Are you a dog? Are you a loser who can't organize a sustainable laundry schedule? Or do you live in another dimension where everything is exactly the same except that towels were never invented? Answer: it's the last one, the dimension thing. Towels. There's no reason not to have a closet full of them, even if they never get used unless you have a house full of people who you resent. Today, on Please Excuse My Dead Aunt Sally, I go a little bit too far with a Q-tip.
Ow.
And pens. I'm aware that you can purchase them. I've never purchased a pen. They just seem to appear around my house. I thought I'd start today by going over a few things on my to-do list. These are things that I wrote down, but I'll probably never get to. Start a dating site for submissive men called She Harmon Me. Take my chess set to the pawn shop. Find out how Jewish vampires deal with crosses. Draft ransom instructions, just in case. You'd hate to have to come up with that sort of thing on the fly. And finally, open a hardware store that specializes in tools for botched projects, and I'd call it the morning after drill. And now for some listener letters. To have your letter read on the show, please write to pleaseexcusemydeadauntSally@gmail.com. First up today, Jill from Vancouver writes, "Hey Mike, in episode 1 you referred to a group of road cones as a patch of road cones. Here in Canada we call them a romp of road cones, similar to a group of otters." A romp of otters. That is interesting, Jill. Thank you for writing. I did look this up and I stand corrected. A romp is used to describe a group of otters, or, in some areas of Canada, a group of road cones. I also learned that a group of squid is called an audience. A group of owls is called a parliament. A group of elk are called a gang. A group of kangaroos are called a mob. And a group of men waiting in line to get a haircut is called a barbecue. Our next letter comes from Connor in Seattle, Washington. Connor asked, "Hey Mike, why does everyone I work with suck?" Well, Connor, if you think everyone else is the problem, maybe you're an asshole. Now is the perfect time to mention today's sponsor, Latter-day Sports, makers of knee pads, shin guards, and cleats. LDS is the only leg protection sanctioned by the Mormon Church. And now, Latter-day Sports is excited to present the J. Smith Scoring Series Shin Guard, specifically designed for indoor recreational single-gender soccer leagues. Use the promo code "We're Not All Polygamist, Just the Weird Ones" to receive 20% off your order. Latter-day Sports. Jesus died for your shins. Our final letter today comes from Neil in Southfield, Michigan. Neil writes, "My neighbors constantly have cars pulling up blasting loud, offensive music. I'm not sure what to do. I've called the police, but they don't even show up. Any suggestions?" Yes, Neil, here's what I recommend. You should go out there really discreetly, with a pen and paper, write down the license plate number of the car, and call in an Amber Alert. I've learned that if you need the police to show up in a timely fashion, you should start big, then gradually de-escalate the situation after the police have arrived. I'm sure they'll understand. Well, that's it for today. Join me on next week's show, which may or may not just be clips of me screaming and swearing in traffic. Submit your questions to be read on the show to pleaseexcusemydeadauntSally@gmail.com, and please follow the show on Instagram.
Hey, you're a fucking idiot. We're all doing that. Bye-bye.